Man, Rooster, it's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere.
Welcome back, everyone.
Do you know?
This is that show.
I'm Bishop.
I'm Rooster. Today, we're breaking down what is there to even watch.
Binge what?
Binge who?
Holy crap. 4,000 channels and nothing's on.
Seriously, though. It's amazing that the hours that I'll spend just like scrolling through Netflix being like, no. See, that's got to be a problem with people, though, and not like with Netflix. Because they have everything you could possibly imagine to watch, but it's like we just don't want to narrow down anything and like...
Yeah, I would say yes, but we had an episode about fall lineup and like streaming services and things like that. That's the dilemma, right? How do you find the one service that encapsulates everything without feeling like it's cable?
Yeah, right?
Right?
For real, though.
That's just, I mean, seriously. I mean, all you really need is an internet connection.
Literally, though.
Right? And then and in some areas of the country, there's no more cable.
Yeah.
Right? Your little cable box that's on your nightstand or entertainment center or whatever, that's just talking to the router.
Right.
There's no copper wire going in that thing anymore.
Right.
So that's how they're evolving.
Right. Even our TV that we pay for, like in the house, we barely use. We use it to watch football, and even not that sometimes, because you can find football online for free and stream it.
Right.
But we don't use our TV for anything. It's always streaming something, you know.
Well, and this is why, me personally, even though I hate your algorithm, YouTube, but I love you at the same time. Because if I need reference material, I can find it.
Yeah.
Right? And YouTube Red or whatever, then you get TV, you get movies, you get music, you get all kinds of stuff, you know, and they're just like another cable subscription.
Right. It's gotta be cheaper than cable. I don't know what cable used to cost, so I have no idea. Let me ask the wise man.
Let me give you a breakdown. Not that I've had it. I haven't had regular cable or satellite or anything like that in, 8 years, 9 years.
Okay.
Right? But a friend of mine who just canceled his subscription to a little satellite company in the sky was paying $300 a month.
Jesus Christ.
A month!
That's what I'm saying. The Netflix subscription is what, like $15 a month?
A month! I'm like, what?
Jesus Christ.
What are you talking about?
For real.
And we sat down and I was like, look, these are the services I use. This is my monthly internet bill. I pay yearly subscriptions to each of these services. That doesn't even equal
not even
2-3 months of your bill, right?
Yeah, Jesus.
I'm like,
for real.
dude, bro.
And to not be able to pause and like just mindlessly search whatever you want. It's crazy.
Come on, man.
So you've been getting into this Yellowstone show, right?
Oh yeah.
Everybody I talk to,
Go Duttons. Team Dutton.
I'm sure I'll get that reference once I start watching the show. But everyone who's watched it, who's told me about it, is like, you have to get on this show. I don't know if you realize, but
let us know. Are you Yellowstone fans? Let us know down in the comments.
You have to fucking subscribe to another fucking subscription of a
I
different
don't.
show.
I don't. And so
to get it.
And I don't. I don't subscribe to that one. I just go into the digital store and I buy the season pre-release.
That's probably the better way to do it.
Because if you get it pre-release, you get it for $20. If you buy it after it releases, you're paying $40.
Yeah.
So I buy it pre, and then I watch them the next day. That's why when I go into work and people are like, "Hey, did you watch Yellowstone last night?" If you say a fucking word, I will bury you. Like,
that's hilarious.
But I enjoy that show that much.
Yeah.
Right? Like Game of Thrones wasn't that way for me.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's been very few shows in my lifetime where I'm like, shut up. Do not tell me.
Right.
I want to experience every second of it.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner, you guys knocked that out of the ballpark. Man, it's not even the same game anymore. It is amazing the way that they write this show and the scenery, the visual aspect of it.
That's got to be amazing too.
The political, the social environment. I mean, the environment itself is like, whoever wrapped this all up in this nice little package, you need to do more.
You're killing it.
And I don't remember his last name, but his the actual creator and he's one of the producers. He's a writer. He's a lead writer. His name's Tyler, and he's actually on the show.
Huh.
But you need to do more. And they are doing more because next month we get Yellowstone 1890. So we get the prequel to this. And then
when is this show based?
Now.
Okay, yeah.
Now.
Okay, that's what I thought.
and then I think in January we get Yellowstone 6666, which is another ranch down in Texas.
Damn.
Right? Like, oh my God! You're consuming my life!
That's hilarious.
But we were just talking about all the different, documentaries and stuff we watch.
Oh yeah.
And you just watched the
I think it's called like My Teacher Octopus or whatever. Yeah. That whole situation blew my mind because like a lot of people, I'm sure, you don't realize how intelligent some of these animals can be. Mm-hmm. It's like seeing the way that this little... So for those of you who don't know, this scientist basically continually visited this octopus in its den every day for I think it was 2 years straight. And so he formed...
It was a year.
I think it was like a year and a half or something like that. But maybe it was a year. But anyway, he forms this relationship with this octopus, visiting it every day, and it starts to get excited when it sees him and starts playing with him and all kinds of crazy stuff that I didn't even realize was possible necessarily for an animal to be that intimate. Then that made me start watching a lot of shit about elephants. And how insanely smart they are because their brains are so large. You don't even realize elephants. They've done all these studies on them that can show that elephants get PTSD after a poacher tribe comes after them and murders a member of their family and
they get depressed when a family member dies. Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff.
It's crazy. But my true just delight is science fiction. I fucking love science fiction.
Yeah, and a follow up to the fall lineup that we did, that whole episode. The one that I'm super stoked for is the next Matrix.
Oh yeah. Seriously, that new trailer that came out, like we said, we talked about it in the fall lineup, but
oh my God.
That's gonna be awesome.
That movie, just the first one, The Matrix, that totally changed sci-fi.
Yeah.
Just think about the implications for that, and some of the other movies that have come out since that, they have to take footnotes.
Yeah.
Like Inception.
Yeah. Right.
Right? I mean, come on.
Right.
I mean, they're hooking up to machines and they're going to other people's brains. I mean, come on. Yeah, there's just so much, but the dilemma never stops, right? You're watching one thing and then it kind of hits a dull point and you're like, okay, I want to watch something else, and then you spend a day. Maybe you're lucky and you can find something in an hour.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, I got enough time to watch one. And then next thing you know, it's like, I got to go to bed. I got to be up in 3 hours. Because you're binging the hell out of it.
Right.
So
I started watching this show. It's called Another Life, and it's about
the sci-fi with Katie Sackhoff.
Oh, is that who the captain is?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yep.
I think the show itself is amazing. For those of you who don't know, basically this alien object lands on Earth. It's like this giant crystal, and it's sending all this information to this planet far away. So the humans deduce that there are aliens on this planet, and then you send a mission there. So it's all about tracking this crew's mission there. The actual story of the show and the alien content and everything, fucking amazing. I love it. It's been keeping me so interested, but what sucks about the show is and I don't want to say this the wrong way, but it's almost like it's solely to push a liberal agenda. Everyone on the ship, every crewmate is about 20 years old. which for me totally breaks immersion. You're like, why would you send a bunch of fucking teenagers, basically?
Katie, I know how old you are, but he's giving you a compliment.
Not her. She is the only reason I can stand the show, because I watched this other show called Away, which is about the first manned mission to Mars, and it's following these group of astronauts who are all in their 40s or 50s and very smart people who can talk about their emotions and everything. Amazing show. But this show is like a bunch of teens who are like talking. The chief engineer is this 20-year-old Mexican chick, and she's like sneaking out and fucking all these dudes and shit during the space. I'm like, this nobody would send these children into space to do this. Not to mention that the lead doctor is a transgender woman. So in the show, 2/3 of the fucking crew is gay. I'm like, stop trying to shove all this shit down my throat and just let me enjoy the sci-fi of the show.
Right.
So that's what has annoyed me about it, because it's amazing actual story and content, but just feel like I'm having this whole agenda shoved down my throat the whole time has made it difficult to watch.
Oh yeah, I imagine so.
It's like the complete opposite of Star Trek for anyone who's seen Star Trek.
It's like you're so excited to eat some cereal and you realize all you got is instant oatmeal and it's plain. And you gotta just choke it down.
Right?
Because you're like, I've got to do it!
I'm so hungry.
I've got to do it!
I've got to keep going. At this point, I'm invested. For real, though.
I look at content now and I go, there's some really cool stuff that's out there, and there's some really just absolute garbage. And some of you might think we're garbage.
Exactly.
But we enjoy it.
It's funny because when we film a video and show our points of view on things and stuff, I always try to look at it from the point of view of the person who would absolutely hate our content. You know, like somebody who would be like, I mean, obviously we enjoy our content and that's the whole reason we do it, but I like to visualize it through somebody who would be like looking and marking everything we say as bad or incorrect, and it gives you a different perspective on how people analyze content, including us.
Yeah, 4,000 channels and nothing's on. You happen to land on our channel on YouTube, and you're like, I'll check them out, and you're like, oh my god, I hate them, but I can't stop watching them.
Right, for real though. Exactly. It's guaranteed. Like, there are going to be people out there who hate no matter what show, and that's probably why it's so hard to find a good show that's reliable, because everyone's different.
Well, one of the shows that I like, I just don't have enough time to sit down through the entirety, is the Joe Rogan show. I enjoy the conversation, the dialect, how they articulate what their thought process is, and where they the science and the history and what they've discovered along the way. But a lot of those, at a minimum, are an hour and a half.
Oh yeah, most of them are like 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, and I mean, if I had a job where I was a driver or something, like,
and
I was like,
just listen,
long haul, I just listened to it.
Yeah.
But, I appreciate they break it up into like
little
10, 15,
clips.
16-minute clips.
Exactly.
And I can kind of watch different pieces of it.
Mm-hmm.
But, people don't give Joe Rogan enough credit. I won't speak to his intelligence level, but he can articulate his thought process.
Oh yeah.
And that in itself opens a platform, opens a canvas for everybody to be able to have an open voice.
Exactly.
Right? Whether he agrees with it or not.
That's what I was going to say. Exactly. That's what I love about him, because even if he clearly disagrees with the person he's talking about,
right,
he breaks down their issues and makes them describe things, and they make him describe things, and he's fully open about it. It's a great dialect, similar to what we have here about...
It is. And maybe someday we'll have guests on, and we can actually do similar things.
And get Joe on here?
Oh, we need Joe.
Can you imagine?
Joe! Joe! Oh, man. I don't know. The plethora of mind-numbing entertainment that you can absorb at any one point will turn you into a couch marshmallow.
But there's nothing to watch.
You're not a potato. You are a marshmallow. But let us know what you like to watch down below. Like we've said in the past, if it's good, we'll watch it. We'll tell you if it's good or it's crap.
Yep.
Straight up.
We'll make it clear.
But like, share, subscribe, and always
follow us on Rumble.
on the Rumble.
Do it.
But yeah, I don't know. I think I need to go catch an episode.
I know, right? I think we're running late for our Netflix session.
This next round's on you, folks.
We gotta go.
We gotta go. Cheers.
That does it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to, that show.